Have you ever wondered why children were so attracted to Jesus? I mean, the disciples were trying to keep kids away from him, actually, maybe holding them back from crawling on his lap, but they were just so drawn to him, it seemed. And what did he say? He said, "Let the little children come to me. Let the children come." Besides being the unique Son of God, what do you think the children saw? What drew them into Christ? Selah. I think it was his welcoming face. I think it was his genuine smile. I think it was his open-armed kindness to people. I think that's why tax collectors and prostitutes and others were just felt drawn to him, though they might not be able to explain it. They sensed the heartbeat of love for them. It was a real love that he had in his heart for them. Now, nobody likes a hypocrite. I mean, everybody seems to be able to pick up a hypocrite. As soon as you do something that you say you're Christian and you do something wrong, immediately it's kind of like, hey, that was wrong. They have a higher standard for you than you do sometimes. They seem to pick up hypocrisy. Even children, nobody likes a phony, right? They just know. And so what do people see or feel when you walk into a room? Or maybe when they walk into a room that you already occupy? Is it, ooh, no, she's here or he's here, and they immediately look for something to distract them so that they don't have to carry on a conversation with you? Or is it, oh, hey, good to see you? Do they feel, do they sense the love of God through you? This is always convicting to me because, sometimes like I said before, my default screensaver face is, gravity's pulling in. I gotta be smiley. Not fake it though, be real. One of the biggest things we've heard over the years as churches or pastors is like, well, it's hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy that keeps people from coming to a church circle or keeps people away. And quite frankly, they're not wrong. There is hypocrisy and there's grumpiness in the church. There's grumpiness among Christians. I mean, we sing, I've got the joy, 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 but it sounds more like I've got the war, war, war in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. A theological argument or a thumping from the Bible is not going to win somebody over who struggles with hypocrites. What will make the difference really is a real kingdom love. It's love that reaches out. It's love that thinks about, love that cares about. It's a love that sacrifices time, sacrifices effort, sacrifices resources and rights. That's real love. Tolerance. Tolerance is a huge value for many people nowadays. Tolerance and a desire to treat people with respect. Unless, of course, you disagree. So The Intolerance of Tolerance is a book that Don Carson wrote. Many people feel that Christianity by nature is attack mode. It's like they attack these two values, tolerance and respect, by the way Christians act, whether it's in social media or face-to-face. Even Gandhi said, I like your Christ, but not your Christianity. In other words, he was seeing that in Christendom, there's little in Christendom from those who are professing faith and the ones that he connected with. And sometimes the trouble with Christianity is Christians. However, there are new modes of evangelism that are emerging right now. They're helping people in apologetics, helping people to understand there's a person that they're dealing with, not a project. It's based on 1 Peter 3:15, which talks about sharing your faith with gentleness and respect. And it's realizing that on the other side of the conversation, there is a very real person there. And they're looking to see the love of Jesus in our eyes. They're looking to really see Jesus. It's his love. That's what stood out. That's what won the whole empire of Rome, was the love of these Christians. In fact, that was the thing. See how they love one another. It was the Christians that were taking in children that were left on their porch to die by the Romans, Christians would take them in and look after them. Christians would look after the poor and the needy. Christians started the hospitalers. It's Christians that their love came through. It's his love that ran back into the Spanish flu. It's his love that ran back into the plague and looked after the dying people when others fled the city. It's his love that enabled Mother Teresa to go into the streets of Calcutta and literally win and love one by one and let them die with dignity as she would just work with one in front of her. The love to those who had no hope. It's his love, that's the driving force, the agape force of God that compels us to share our faith with people, wrapped in the kindness of God that leads us to repentance. Unbelievers expect Christians to be argumentative and belligerent. Well, let's show them Christ instead. Let's show them love.